Okay, so this is the third attempt at my video because I've got pit bulls and they are loud and barky and very clingy. So basically 2 weeks since I ended treatment, I did really well, as everybody knows, and came through with flying colors. I had a headache the entire time, but I always had a headache, so nobody really thought much about it, even though headaches are supposed to be the first symptom of glioblastoma, and basically I never noticed. So 2 weeks out, I had 4 weeks total to wait before the follow-up MRI. I had everything lined up. I was going to Grand Rapids. Here's Hazel.
I don't know if you were done.
No, I'm interrupting 3 times now.
Sorry, I thought you were. I didn't know.
Do you want to come and be in the video?
No, I have stuff to do.
Then go. Okay, so basically, I was getting all set up to be establishing care down in Grand Rapids at Spectrum to get my Optune for the cancer to slow the progression. Well, I had had a really rough week and my lung kind of felt funny, and I had spent the week in really severe pain. So when I went in, James had basically narked on me without me even realizing it, because I had told him that my head hurt in a different spot. So when we went into the doctor, he said, well, she's got a headache in a different spot. So yesterday, right, James?
Yes.
Yesterday, they sent me for an MRI in Grayling because that was the closest place that had an opening to get me in right away. Now, at the back of my mind, yeah, I was worried, but I, blew it off and tried to just pretend like it was okay. And then last night, around 3:30, I got up to go to the bathroom, and I was really proud of myself because I did it on my own. And I got back into bed, and I had a full seizure on my left side. And it was extremely painful. And I couldn't really see. I could, my eyes were blinking. My arm and hand were completely locked. It was the most painful seizure I'd ever had. And I'm on some pretty strong seizure meds, so, really, they've been controlled since my surgery. So James rushed me to the hospital in Traverse because God knows I wasn't going to go anywhere local.
At 3:30 in the morning.
Especially at 3:30 in the morning, especially after everything that's happened. Basically, I get to the hospital. They already had my MRI, and basically the treatment didn't work, and the tumor has grown, and my brain is swelling. So that really sucks, and I spent a lot of my day crying, and I told my family, and I told my kids, and I didn't want to make a video until I told people. So I called Rob and I told him. Well, he called me and I told him, and I told my sisters, and then, Heather met me at my mom and dad's so I could tell them. I got a picture of Clarity. She's angry, and she's huge.
You should upload that.
I'm gonna show everybody Clarity, because the nice doctor at the emergency room pulled it up and took a picture of it for me. It was freaky. So basically, we don't know what's going to happen. We were hoping for a year, and the odds of that happening now, I just don't know. So my timeline is really pushed. Ironically enough, the on-call neurosurgeon just happened to be my neurosurgeon. So he can't reoperate. He's a neurosurgeon, but he basically specializes in spines.
He's choosing not to reoperate.
He took as much as he could the first time, and he just doesn't want to cripple me any more than I already am. And I can get that because I don't want to be crippled. So they adjusted all my meds and increased them, trying to stop the swelling in my brain. I have an appointment at Grand Rapids next week with a neuro-oncologist. That probably isn't going to stick permanently because my neurosurgeon, he sits on some board at U of M, and he would really like me to go there, and that is probably going to be the best choice. So James called him at the hospital. And he was on call, so he was at home probably just enjoying his weekend.
Sipping on a latte, maybe a coffee.
And
waiting for surgery.
waiting for his weekend to be over so he can come back and deal with more crap. And he was nice enough to call me back. And he actually apologized to me. And I didn't understand how he could apologize to me. Because he saved my life. What's left of it, he saved it. And he said, I'm sorry that I couldn't do more for you. And I thanked him for giving me time with my family. And I told him that I'm learning to walk with my walker, because I told him that I was going to, and he didn't believe me. But I did, and I'm learning to walk, even though now I've taken a major step back. But I can move my hand again, because this morning I was completely paralyzed on the side. So, say some prayers. I've got a lot of shit to do. My doctor had said that there's a 10% chance that your tumor regrows during treatment. So, good God, I have the best luck in the world, because I fit right into that 10% chance.
Well, hey, maybe you won't fall into the 5% chance that make it less than 15 months. Maybe it'll be part of the... I forgot how much percentage it is that makes it over the 15 months.
It's like 4%. It's 4%, and I'm already behind the 8 ball. So, basically, I have no idea what's going to happen, and I'm scared. I'm scared to go to bed. I'm scared to do anything, and I have no idea what to do. So, say some prayers. I'm going to have my pity party, and then I'm going to pick my shit up, and I'm going to go on, because I got to figure out what to do for my kids while I still can. Say some prayers and love each other while you have each other. Good night.